How every news article that I've read can quote this as a source without reading it first is just frustrating, but that's what we're going to be dealing with. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Gooner channel, a channel 100% dedicated to the Arsenal, who, as we all know, are by far the greatest team the world has ever seen. And so, by rights, every player in the world should want to come here. Transfer windows never really quite work out like that. One problem I got with the transfer window at the moment, though, is that it's all just rumours and speculation. Nobody seems to want to check the sources. What am I talking about specifically today is the news covered by everyone from Football 365, the Boot Room, Team Talk and the BBC, as well as the Mirror and the Sun and everybody else, that Joao Cancelo has apparently said he's not interested in moving to Arsenal. Where is this coming from? Well, German transfer guru, and I don't know how you get a job title like that, I'd quite like that, but German transfer guru Maximillian Koch, who, put it another way, is a journalist for Münchner Abendzeitung, which is a Munich newspaper, and he has done an article saying that it is unlikely that Joao Cancelo will play another match for Bayern Munich. Now, the reason for that is that they have a huge rebuilding to do, and they need somebody who can get them goals. It just hasn't worked out with Sané, Mane, but they are not able, therefore, to, at this point in the season, offer even the 40 million, which is reduced from the 61 million buyout clause that they had as part of the loan deal. As a result, and this is almost certainly, I think it's true, but he talks about what Tuchel has said about Joao Cancelo, really likes him, really great player. They'd be interested in taking him on a loan. Yesterday, the news was same for Barcelona. Barcelona don't see themselves as able to go for Gundogan and Joao Cancelo, and they're focusing on Gundogan. So yesterday it looked like the door was open, but today everyone's reporting. Now, I've read the article, and in the article, he never actually says he's spoken to Joao Cancelo. Maximillian Koch quotes information that he has that Joao Cancelo does not want to go back to Manchester City and is not interested in Arsenal. He doesn't go into any more detail except to say that Joao Cancelo apparently would like to go somewhere warm or feels the pull of southern warmer climates. How every news article that I've read can quote this as a source without reading it first is just frustrating, but that's what we're going to be dealing with. Now, just to be clear, I'm not saying that Joao Cancelo is coming to Arsenal and he really wants to come to Arsenal. But I am saying that if you haven't spoken to him, you shouldn't really be telling everybody what you think he wants. And I'm a little bit baffled by any footballer who'd say he wants to play someone warm. Is that Italy? Spain? Talking about south of the equator? How hot does he want it, you know? I would be surprised at this point if Joao Cancelo ends up at a club that's very warm, right? I have a feeling that it must be a bigger priority. He didn't leave Man City, fell out at Man City because they didn't want him to play every game and they were going for other options. This is a player that wants to play every game, wants to be involved at the highest level, and there are only a few clubs out there at the moment. Bear in mind, he's on 250,000 a week. Maybe that is going to play a bigger part in this than the weather. I'm going to try and do this every single time. I'm going to look for sources and try and present you with the forensic insight into whether a transfer is likely or not. But I can't make any claims to having spoken to any of the players involved in this. Do I think that Arteta only spent a few months coaching Joao Cancelo because he arrived just before Arteta became Arsenal boss? I'm not sure whether the early reports that he's difficult to work with really stack up when you think that he wasn't with Julian Nagelsmann long enough to fall out with him. But Thomas Tuchel is not saying all the wonderful things about him because he hates him and doesn't like him. It seems to me that there is not really a personality problem. Joao Cancelo might be somebody who doesn't want to come in and play as an understudy to Zinchenko or Ben White. He is, for my money, the best left back you can buy in the business at the moment. I think if you signed Joao Cancelo and you get him for around 40 million, which is a steal in today's money, then he can cover as right back for Ben White. He can cover as left back for Zinchenko. He's even been known to play on the right wing before. He's incredibly versatile and he gives you options. A signing like Joao Cancelo might even mean that Arsenal don't need to sign a centre-back because we've got centre-backs in the team. We're just constantly playing them in place. Like Ben White is a centre-back, played a really great season as centre-back. Tomiyasu can play as centre-back. If you're not having to use them on the right, then that gives you options. For me, we cannot go out and buy 10, 12 players that we probably need to really challenge and build that really strong bench. Joao Cancelo, I'm not necessarily saying I think would be a bench character. I think that what you do is you bring him in and I think he'd do better than Zinchenko is my gut feeling on that left. But let's and look, it's not silly to say that, because if Joao Cancelo wasn't better than Zinchenko would never have gotten sold to Arsenal in the first place. If we could have one player out of those two, I'm emotionally attached to Zinchenko because I love what he's done for the club. But if Joao Cancelo's better, so be it. That's football. You either fight for your place or you leave. Anyway, I thought I'd do that video because if you're just scouring the news at the moment, you would be very much left with the impression that Joao Cancelo has come out and said he doesn't want to come to Arsenal, and nothing so far indicates that, except that Maximillian Koch has implied it, and even in his article, he doesn't actually say it strongly. So, I will keep sifting through the dirt to find the nuggets of truth for us. Stay tuned. Till I see you again. Bye, lucky! Lots of love.